Welcome to Stay Curious, where we talk about the latest in QR code trends. I'm Christelle, and we're here with QR code expert Benjamin Kleiss. In this episode, we got ChatGPT to ask us relevant industry-specific marketing questions. These range from logistics, e-commerce, arts and culture, and even real estate. Why, you ask? Well, as a lot of marketers have been telling us ad nauseum about all these ChatGPT prompts and ask it the right questions, we thought, why not get ChatGPT to ask us the right question? And yes, we did apply some of those prompts to get the useful questions. Well, let's see if Ben here, our QR code expert, is impressed. Let's get started.
Stay Curious, presented by QR Tiger.
And first up will be Dr. Jones from ABC Hospital.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jones, the head of the medical team at ABC Hospital. We've been struggling to manage our patients' medical records and prescriptions. We've heard that QR codes can help us streamline our processes. Can you tell us more about how QR codes can be used in the medical field? What are the benefits, and what kind of technology do we need to implement it?
In the medical field, QR codes can be used for more accuracy and efficiency in following up a patient's medical records and also prescriptions. For example, a patient can scan a QR code, can know how many pills that he needs to take, or for example, the doctor, when he scans the QR code of the patient, can see the dosage, if they have allergies, or for example, other information that can be helpful. So it can work in both ways, as for the patient, as for the doctor. So I do believe QR codes can be an important thing to inform people in a better way in taking their medication daily.
I can also imagine, Ben, with QR codes in the hospital or medical fields, like for example, if there's like a new nurse on duty or like a substitute nurse, then they can always just scan the QR code for this patient. Is this going to be correct? Like they can scan the QR code for this patient and they would know the allergies, the medical history, and it would be easier for the new nurse to like proceed with the correct medications for this patient and really get to know them properly.
Right. So this is something that like in every hospital, there's many patients. Sometimes you don't know what the patient has done, so you can scan. Actually, a QR code in this case is just an access port to more information, and it's that information that is needed and that need to be quick. Understand? We have a few customers on QR Tiger that actually are from a hospital and that using QR codes exactly for those reasons in hospitals, right? Where people have more information and that they can actually exchange information in a more efficient way.
Yeah, because it's not just limited to dosages, allergic indication. You can also use like a text QR code to leave a message for the next doctor, for the next nurse in the schedule or the rounds. So then everything is already laid out for the patient and the nurses in that hospital.
Right.
Systems are set better and processes are made better with these QR codes.
Right. That's I believe what the QR code is. It's a portal to make something more efficient and accurate. And in this definitely in the medical industry, it has a huge use case and benefit for patient as doctor.
Yes, and it's very contactless too. So ever since like the last few years, the medical field have always made full use of these QR codes as a life-saving device, and it's very informative with all these different uses for the patient and for the people walking in and out of the hospital. So let's proceed with the next question, Ben.
Hello, I'm Professor Lee, the head of the IT department at Global University. We want to improve student engagement by integrating QR codes into our curriculum, but we're not sure how to do it. Can you tell us how QR codes can be used in education to enhance learning? And what is the best way to create and distribute QR codes to students in a way that is accessible and effective?
QR codes in the education is a big use case, of course, because they definitely can engage and help students to have more information and things related to the subject that they're studying. So for example, a QR code could be placed in a textbook, it could be in a lesson, people can scan, they can see a short video, It's a tool to make, and definitely in the day and age where everybody's on their smartphone, it's a tool to make actually the whole education process a little bit more engaging. And that I think is the biggest benefit here, that it's not just like, hey, you need to read boring text, but no, we bring rich media within that boring text where you can scan and see different things. That I think is the biggest benefit. But it can also be used within the whole university campus where people scan to connect to the Wi-Fi or have information about events and all kind of things. So it's much richer than just only for education. It can be a whole thing that is pure, a total ecosystem of different use cases within that educational context.
Yeah, that's right, man. And also this old school method of teachers, that are asking students not to use their phones on the classroom, it just wouldn't work anymore, because it's so much better to supplement your classes with these QR codes. If you have like files in them or assignments, you can just have your students scan their QR codes and they can do it at their own time. And you can supplement your classes with these other pages, like links that you can provide them in one QR code, and can totally help them study even better, because you can't force these students anymore to just like read your old textbooks. It just doesn't work that way anymore for the new batch of students. So these QR codes are totally very helpful for those professors or anyone working in the education industry to just make full use of these codes, right?
It could also be helpful, for example, if you need to try to do something like mathematics, but you really don't understand it, and then you see a video and it actually explains. How many times when I was studying that I was stuck, that I couldn't move on because I was stuck on something, and then I need to find information somewhere. So if there would be a QR code that gives me the answer and explains why and the logic behind it, would probably be very helpful. So that's, I think, what is the thing. It needs to be a tool to help students forward in their educational process, and that, I think, is QR codes has huge benefits with.
Yeah, that's correct, because there are other ways of people to learn. Some learn through text, some learn through videos, where a lot of people are actually like loving just watching videos. So it's very important to just use QR codes to add more to your classes and add more digital dimension to your classes like that.
Yeah, agree.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Hello, I'm Jack, the logistics manager at SwiftShip Incorporated. We're having difficulty tracking our inventory and shipments accurately, and we're curious if QR codes could help us. Could you please explain how QR codes can be used to streamline the tracking and tracing of packages? And what kind of QR code reader technology should we use to ensure real-time updates and accuracy?
Right, so QR codes definitely are actually invented for logistics, and that's why they have been invented back in the time. So QR codes can help when people are shipping something. For example, you can scan a QR code with an HTML5 QR code where you can put different PDFs. These are maybe documents related to the shipping. They can also know when these QR codes are scanned at which places, so they can follow up the parcel through its destination. So for logistics, QR codes are extremely helpful, right? It can provide real-time data if there is a system behind, of course, that also tracks it where it goes at what time, right? So most parcels today, I do believe, work with barcodes or QR codes for tracking, and that, I think, that's where QR code actually came from logistics. But talking to people in logistics, I think one of the biggest benefits is when, for example, you need to pass customs, you need to have a lot of documents that you can scan, you can download all those PDFs with all the information. So you don't need to, when you do the logistics, have physical papers anymore that can get damaged, but you have everything digital. So that's, I think, the biggest benefit also when things pass customs.
Yeah, that's a good one for businesses. But also, I'm curious, Ben, like, how will the logistics QR codes work for customers? Like, is it like, for example, with Zalando or something, when you order, is it possible for a customer to just scan a QR code and be able to track where their package is already?
Right. I think there's a few companies that do that really good. When a package moves around, that you get actually emails of information real time, so that you actually know what's going on. And then I think it makes the whole process of waiting for your package much more engaging. So people scan the QR code, you get a message, right, when it gets scanned and moves to a new destination. Because when you order something, that's mostly the pressure question that people have. Where is my package? How long do I still need to wait for it? Now you can actually get real-time information as a customer. So it helps also not only the person who ships it, but also the customer who orders it.
Yeah, so thank you for elaborating that. So it's totally a win-win for both businesses and customers and logistics companies. So yeah, take note of that. And let's go to the next question, please, ChatGPT.
Hi, I'm Sophia, the lead wedding planner at Tie the Knot Company. We're trying to make the wedding experience more interactive for our couples, and we heard that QR codes might be the solution. Can you explain to us how QR codes can be used to make weddings more engaging and memorable? And what are some unique ways other wedding planners have used QR codes to enhance the overall experience for guests?
So for a wedding, that's an event, I think an event QR code where people have the date, because everybody needs to remember, you scan, save the date, right? So it saves in your phone. So that's one way that you can use it already. But also I think to make the wedding more engaging, people in the wedding itself can scan, see the pictures that have been taken by a photographer and can download it straight to their phone. So that's one way. I think also when you scan, you can order from a menu. So everything goes very efficiently to your table. Such kind of things. Also to do a quiz, to do an interaction, to know more about the couple. Such kind of things, to see a photo book. QR codes can be in so many rich ways a way for people in any event as a wedding to enrich the whole experience for the people that arrive.
Yeah, because I can remember there are also like invitations now with QR codes in them, and that's a video QR code actually, that when you scan, it shows a video, like a short video of a couple, a bit of their love story, and like all these beautiful photos of them. So it's totally up to the events organizers on how to make full use of QR codes for weddings and events. We already gave you some examples, and let us know in the comments if you have more ideas, if we missed anything. And yeah, let's head to the next question.
Hi, I'm Sarah, the marketing manager at Next Level Realty, a company that specializes in high-end properties. We're looking for new ways to engage potential buyers and provide them with detailed information about our properties, and we think QR codes might be the solution. Can you explain to us how QR codes can be used to enhance the real estate buying experience? And what are some successful ways other real estate companies have used QR codes to increase buyer interest and lead generation?
Right. So for real estate, QR codes are big, right? People can, when you are driving by a house, you see that this is a house that you might want to buy. You have a panel, you scan, you can have a 3D AR experience, how the house looks inside. Such kind of information I think is really helpful to give more information about the property itself. So it can be used on flyers, it can be used on billboards that are next to the property. It can be used in different ways for people. Also when it's online, they can scan about the real estate, so they can actually share it straight away with a friend. So it all depends how people are actually engaging with, it makes the whole engaging process of a property much more interesting. Yeah. That I think is the most biggest takeaway.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from what you said would be augmented reality and QR codes with real estate. That would be so exciting, because imagine if you're selling a house and you have this advantage of providing a QR code, which like gives a virtual tour of the house.
Right.
And yeah, that would just be a totally game changer for both customers and the real estate agent and the company itself, because it will totally get more people to be interested in the property, because you have gone the extra mile in providing them with a 3D look into the property that you're selling. So that's a totally 100% like game changer for the real estate industry.
For sure, it will help for the real estate agent to get more sales quicker, right? For sure, yeah. It's something that helps them to have a better experience for the customer. So that I think is already a great game changer for the customer as well.
Yeah, so if real estate agents out there, if you're gonna take something out of this, photos are just flat. All your competitors are doing it. Just really try to stand out and being more competitive. Provide QR codes and augmented reality in your company and in your ads, and you'll be able to get more customers for sure, or close deals also for sure.
Right.
Let's go to the next question.
Hi, I'm John, a government worker at the Department of Transportation. We're trying to find a way to improve safety on the roads and reduce accidents. We're thinking of using QR codes to provide drivers with more information about road conditions and any hazards that may be present. Do you have any experience with this? And if so, how can QR codes help us achieve this goal?
So I can imagine there it happens to everybody. They're doing big construction on the road and you don't know what is going on. It's on your way to work, right? And you want to have an understanding when this is going to be finished, how long it's going to take, what are they actually doing. People are interested. So they can with a QR code scan and have more information about what's going on. And that I think is already a big help for people to understand, okay, this is something that the government needs to do. Yes, it's bothering me right now on my way to work, but at least I know that in 2 months it will be finished. or if it's taking longer, I can already start to think about an alternative driveway to get to work, for example. So in this way, I think it's all about information, right? The government does a lot of projects in the city to improve the city, and it's about how can you transfer information to people that live around it in a way that they can understand what is going on and why, what's the goal of it, right? And I think that's the biggest benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really shows compassion and understanding from the government that you care enough for the people to leave these informative QR codes on the construction sites. Like, for example, like when you're taking the train and this is your route to work, you're always sure that it works. And for one day, it doesn't work and you're late, and then you always have to know, like, need to know the reason why it's not working at the moment, and you just have to look at the link from the QR code and scan it and maybe show it to your manager. Like, I was late because this my U-Bahn, for example, in Berlin, like it's not working at the moment, so I had to find all these other means to just get to work for today. So it really helps, like, for the government institutions as well, to provide informative QR codes for your residents, for the people in your community, and just add that little detail, you know, it will really go a long way.
Yeah, agree.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Hey, I'm Sarah from Trendy Tech. We're trying to drive more traffic to our website and think QR codes could help. Can you share some creative ways other brands have used them for marketing? Also, which QR code generator is the best for making eye-catching codes? Thanks.
For marketing, of course, QR codes are big, right? I mean, we have seen very interesting ads, like on the Super Bowl, where there was this kind of flashing QR codes over the screen. We have seen it on television, where a QR code. So it depends what is your website about and how you want to drive traffic. So it's not just say, hey, I'm going to put a QR code on something. You need to really understand a little bit more. What is your marketing plan? Where is your ideal customer profile? Where are those people? How can I reach them? And how can I then use QR codes in a creative way to attract attention, right? That's the main answer that we should give here. Because in marketing, that's a big word. Marketing for every industry is different. It depends on the channel that they want to use, the customers that they have. Are they B2B? Are they B2C? Such things, of course, play how you will implement QR codes in an interesting way to get the most out of it. But I think that the giveaways that we can say here is make sure to understand your customer, where's the channel that you can reach them offline, online, and then of course make sure that your QR code is placed well, big enough, make it interesting, eye-catching. On QR Tagger, of course, you can customize your QR code on a high level, and if this is all well done, and then lastly, that's really important, make sure your QR code has a call for action. With a call for action, you get 80% more scans. So really important to really have a call for action on your QR code. Yeah. Many people don't do that. They just put a QR code and expect people to understand that they need to scan it. But with a call for action, you will get way more scans. So that's, I think, for marketers really important to understand.
Yeah, so there's like a really abundant example online there for QR codes for marketing. But there is still a huge room for innovation. You can just take like examples of Super Bowl ads and all these other QR codes on TV, and even the QR codes in the night sky, like in Texas and the one in China, that we were able to use drones for it. So these are like just really examples of QR code marketing that will get people talking about it, even if they're not even your target market. So these are just things that people will take photos of because it's engaging, it's really innovative, and more people will post it on online, and then more people will reach your website, the one that your QR code is leading to. Actually, for one example would be, I have to remind marketers though that even though your campaign is a multi-million-dollar ad, like the recent one in Super Bowl, where they had like a really big issue there, because instead of the QR code ad leading to their landing page, it actually led people to their CEO's Twitter account. And I don't know if it was just a stunt. It's probably a stunt, most likely, because it got people talking like, hey, you got the wrong link for us.
Right.
But then a lot of people were still able to get their NFTs, like people were still able to register. So where I'm getting at, Ben, and the audience, is that just make sure to always test scan your QR code, because it doesn't matter if your campaign is like a multi-million one, just make sure that the link is leading to the right landing page for you guys.
That's definitely true, yeah. Make sure you test your QR codes before you print them.
There you have it. That was the first part of getting ChatGPT to ask us questions about QR code marketing. Stay tuned for the next episode where we will cover industries ranging from e-commerce, financial industry, luxury brands, and even the food and beverage business. Thank you for tuning in, and if you find this useful, don't forget to subscribe and share this with friends who you think can make full use of QR codes for marketing. See you guys next time. Bye!